You're listening to Sad Boy Podcast.
Yeah, Sad Boy Podcast. Alright, so for the tradition and the spirit of Halloween, the Sad Boy Podcast will be talking about creepy stories and ghosts and stuff.
Spooky.
Googly.
Why are you the way you are?
I hate you for the way that you are.
Thank you. Wow.
You're welcome. So for the listeners who can't see what's happening, the lights are actually all turned off in the room to give that spooky feeling.
It's like, are you afraid of the dark without the campfire?
I am afraid of the dark.
I'm also actually pretty afraid of the dark. So we have Erica here who's gonna... Okay, Chris, can you turn off that light? We need darkness over here. So we have Erica who's going to tell us her scary story.
Spooky.
Alright, that was a scary story.
That's the end. Okay, so I'll start. So my friend lives near Riverdale Farm area.
That's me.
Yeah. Not you. Another friend, okay?
Is he the
It's
ghost?
not always you, you know.
Is Lucas the ghost?
Maybe, who knows? Wait, did you have long hair and a white gown? Because that's the one I saw.
I could say long hair. I'm not sure what the white gown, probably.
I could see you with the long hair. As an ABG.
Oh, God.
Anyways, that's his story.
So, I was just chilling in his living room, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be right back for a second." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So this is when, like, I just got a first cell phone and everything, and my parents would usually like call me at like exactly at 10 o'clock. But at that, like right when it turned 10, like my phone went out of service, like out of nowhere, and I didn't even know, right? And then, like a few minutes later, my dad called, and he's like, "Hey, I tried calling you like 3 times at 10 o'clock," and I'm like, I didn't hear anything. What do you mean? You sure you called me? You know? You sure?
Wait, like exactly at 10 p.m.?
Yeah. And I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, I tried to call you. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm coming home soon, blah, blah. And then right after I hanged up on him, not to be rude, like, the corner of my eye, I literally saw a ghost, like, walking down the stairs and, like, just passing by. And then I checked my phone, and it literally went out of service again at that moment. And I'm like, what the...
So your friend's place is haunted?
Yeah, so I asked my friend, I was like, hey, is your house haunted by anything? ASMR. Oh, not the mic! Yes,
How do you do that?
So I asked my friend, like, is your house haunted? And he's like, yeah, I have like 3 girl ghosts, and they always like touch me at night. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Wait, what?
Wait, they always touch you at night?
Yeah, they like rub his chest apparently, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Wait, is this the friend that's a barber now?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so the fact that is he a barber because one of the ghosts possessed him, who was a former barber. That's why he's cutting ghosts in his lifetime.
But the ghosts were girls, so they can't.
Okay,
Well,
hairstyle.
Wait, so I actually have something to add to that about, like, the ghost rubbing the chest. Or, it's not about rubbing chest, but, like...
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. So, basically, I had a friend who told me a story about, he had another friend who tried to do, like, out-of-body experiences.
Astral projection?
No, like, it was actually, like, it was actually, like, pretty creepy. So, he told me that his friend was successful and his body was, his spirit was able to leave his body for a second.
Whoa.
The moment it did and he looked back, he saw 3 other spirits trying to get into his body.
Whoa. Doctor Strange right there.
That's actually, like, he actually told me that because, my house was pretty haunted, so I had a lot of supernatural stuff. Not this one, my old one.
I was like, I'm
Yeah,
leaving.
I'll get into it after. But,
Yeah.
basically, yeah, my friend told me, like, 2 or 3 spirits were trying to, like, enter his body. And that kind of creeped me out.
Like,
quite
he
a
can
bit.
actually feel the
No, like, his
No,
spirit...
he saw.
Yeah, he saw, like,
Oh.
his spirit was, like, out of his body, and he turned around and he saw other spirits trying to fight to enter the body.
So was his body, like, paralyzed?
Like, it was, like, still. Like, it was just,
Damn.
like meditating, like, still, and then, like, spirits are trying to fight and get inside.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Shivers.
I know. So, Jeff has another creepy story.
Comment.
He was busy playing with Tuna, which Tuna actually knocked over my microphone.
Right.
So what Russell was doing, he was playing with Tuna in his hand, and then he put Tuna's face into the microphone, which...
To activate ASMR Tuna.
Exactly.
But then she just kind of slapped my microphone.
I thought you just, like, threw Tuna's face into
No, she actually like, pushed it over.
So Okay, Jeff, what's your story?
Alright, so I was having this series of recurring dreams, and what happened was different every time, but there were 3 things that kept happening. 1, I would die, usually in a really gruesome way. 2, there was it was always like really weird. It was really trippy. I remember there was one dream where there was like a morbidly obese man, morbidly like 1,000 pounds at least, right? And he was like and he was eating like the corpses of like other people, right? And then I remember him turning to look at me, and then he started chasing me, and I was like running through this like building, and it had like so many floors. And then the last thing was there was this character called, I think he called himself the Gentleman. Okay.
Is this side?
Wait, is that why we have a... Shit.
Okay, so every time at the end of the dream, no matter what I did, this gentleman guy would find me, and he would either stab me, shoot me, or like behead me, or like break my neck or something. And every time he would tell me not to tell anyone, and he would tell me like, God can't help you because like he's not from the same world that I'm from, stuff like that. Like this is like a different world than what he is like able to deal with. Anyways, so these dreams kept happening over the course of maybe like a year and a half, and they were like stepping up in gruesomeness, but like whatever, right? Because it's just nightmares. Anyways, one day I'm at work by myself, and I get in, and there are flies everywhere, all over my everything, right? So I'd like get a glass of water, I'd look away, turn back, and suddenly there'd be like flies crawling all over my cup. And I tried killing them. I killed like so many, but every time I killed one, like 2 more would show up. And I remember that night, like that dream that I had before this happened was I got eaten by flies, and the gentleman was telling me that, well, not to tell anyone, right?
You're telling us right now.
Exactly. But you know the thing is,
The gentleman's coming back!
He's right behind you. No.
Oh shit! Oh no!
No, but like basically, that entire day was weird, and I was getting like phone calls, but there was no one on the other side, and I was all by myself, so I couldn't like verify. I almost left, and then like there were like sounds and like the lights are on when they shouldn't be on. It was just the weirdest thing ever. Anyway, so I was so creeped out, and I was like, man, maybe I'm gonna die today. Maybe. So I was like, I'm gonna write all this down. I'm gonna tell a bunch of my friends. So if this happens, A, at least they know it was cool. It was creepy as hell. I died.
But Justin.
And B, yeah, I'm the gentleman actually. And B, maybe they get like, you know how like in horror movies, if you kind of spread the word, then suddenly the gentleman will come after them too. So I thought it'd be interesting to maybe like start something like that. Anyways,
is that why you told other people?
Yeah.
Kill them too.
I mean, if I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna drag some people with me, right? Anyways, so like
of all people, you pick us.
No, I picked a lot of people. Anyways.
I've known this story for a while, and I'm still alive.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no.
Basically, once I wrote it down, it stopped happening. So maybe he didn't have as much power as he thought he did. Maybe it was just a dumbass dream. But whatever the case is, I'm alive. But just imagine the entire day you're at work by yourself, and fruit flies are buzzing around your head, in your drinks, phone calls are going off, but there's no one on the other side, lights are like going on for like no reason.
What if this is all a dream?
Yeah, maybe this is Inception. But anyways, I'm alive, so that's my story.
Ian's the gentleman.
Oh fuck.
That was John Wick.
Oh.
Did you have a horror story? Because I do not.
Okay, so my horror story. So everything started when I was 10 years old. And the thing is, even before 10 years old, no matter what, I always felt like there were many, many eyes watching me. It wasn't the paranoia, it wasn't the anxiety, it wasn't any of that. It was literally like every room that I was in, I felt like there was someone watching me at all times.
So like your mom?
No, like even when I was alone. So this is embarrassing of me to say, but like I never slept in my own room until like high school.
Okay.
Cause like every time or every night I was in my own room, I felt like something was watching me. So when I was 10 years old, me and my family went to I think it was Detroit and Chicago.
Okay.
It was like those Chinese tours, like Taipan tours. If you guys know Taipan, not shout out to Taipan though, because I don't use you guys anymore. So basically, on the whole bus ride to Detroit, I think that was like my first occurrence of something. I saw something demonic on the bus, basically. So it was all pitch black outside, and everyone was sleeping on the bus, but the lights on the inside the bus were on the alleys and in the aisle. So I was playing on like I think Game Boy or something, and then I got tired. I looked towards the reflection on the glass, and in the reflection, I saw this little creature in the aisle. It was wearing red. It had 2 sights for arms. It had
2 sights?
Yeah, like
Sickles.
sickles. My bad. Okay.
You're the same. You're good.
Yeah. So it had 2 hands or arms like this, like it was a baby demon almost, and like its eyes and mouth were literally just black circles.
Yo, that could be a new Pokemon.
New evolution of.
And the thing is, when I saw this, I was creeped out, and I was like, or actually, I was a kid, so I wasn't like that. I was just confused. So I saw the reflection. I looked towards the aisle, but I saw nothing.
Okay.
When I looked back at the reflection, it was gone. So that creature, whatever I saw, it actually came back a few years ago in one of my nightmares, all grown up. It was actually grown up.
Okay.
So I'll get back to that after. So after that whole incident, I just thought like, maybe I was gaming and maybe I just saw something random.
What game were you playing?
I don't remember
Was it
actually.
Pokemon?
No, it wasn't.
So you played Scyther.
No, it wasn't. So after that, we moved to the house that I was at previously, which was like in Markham.
The one that's haunted, you said?
Yeah, the one that's haunted. So even at that house, I felt like there were a lot of eyes on me. So there were many times where like my dogs would be barking at nothing inside the house. And I think there's always that saying where like when a dog is barking at like an empty space, there's usually like a ghost there.
Yeah. Or they hear something from far or other.
No, because my dogs were literally looking up the stairs
Oh.
and barking at something at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
So there was something there. So in that house, that was probably where I had the most supernatural experiences. So do you guys know what shadow people are?
Yes.
They're literally like the shadow human figure of a spirit.
Yeah.
And you can literally just see their shadow.
And whoever's possessed by the shadow, their death is coming soon.
Okay, I didn't know that part, but I'm hoping no one in my house was possessed. But...
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That.
Okay.
I watch too many K-dramas.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So the first time I ever saw a shadow person in my house, I was actually trying to sleep in my parents' bed, and my dad was downstairs watching TV, and there was just us 2 in the house. So I was trying to sleep, and then I kind of looked outside into the hallway, and in the hallway on the wall, I saw a figure of a person. But I kept hearing the TV, so I was like, Dad? Dad? But there was no answer.
Okay.
So then I got creeped out, and I just kind of like jumped into the covers and fell asleep.
I'm getting creeped out right now.
Yeah, because like so the shadow figure, like it was almost like it just stood there and was just watching me on the wall, and I just fell asleep though.
What did it look like?
It's just like the silhouette of a person.
So Slenderman.
Not so, no. It's almost like let's say it's like the shadow of like Jeff or something, but it wasn't Jeff.
So it was like a skinny Asian person in glasses.
Yeah, but like all you saw was like the shadow of it on the wall, right?
Oh, okay.
So I was
Wait, it was
creeped out.
on the wall or it was like standing horizontal?
It was like you saw the reflection like on the wall,
Okay.
but there was no one there.
Interesting.
So I saw that for like the first time.
Okay.
And there was another time where my brother went out, and back then me and my brother shared a bed actually. So I was trying to sleep in that bed, and then I think I got up in the middle of the night, and there was someone sleeping beside me. So I was like, oh, cool. But then I saw the lights on from like the computer table, which is like at the end of the bed. So I got up and I looked, and I saw my brother on the computer with the table light on. And I was like, who the fuck is sleeping beside me then?
Body pillow?
No, it was a person.
Are you sure it was?
I don't know who it was though, but then I think I fell asleep after. I was really tired.
So maybe it was just a dream.
Just kill me.
It wasn't a dream.
It wasn't a dream. It wasn't. You say that was not a dream.
It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream. But okay, but speaking of dreams though, so I think. Wait, why are you leaving, Tiff?
I have to pee.
Oh, you're not listening to like my horror story.
She's not
Do
interested.
you want me to pee in your room?
Oh.
Okay, Erica, please sit here and listen to my ghost stories.
Okay.
Well, why do you think she left the couch in the first place?
Oh,
I wanted to put two.
you can put two
Get to
on
it right
the-
now.
Okay, so speaking of dreams, they always say, or my parents have always said, like, when you have nightmares or spirits about people, or figures or demons or whatever, it basically means like there's a spirit or ghost trying to invade into your dreams.
Yes.
So, in the house that I lived in before, I think throughout a month, I think I had like 10 to 20 days where I had constant nightmares. Constantly. And the thing is, all these nightmares happened inside the house.
Okay.
Everything was inside the house. So we have like, you know those fortune cats
Yeah.
that most Asian restaurants have to kind of bring in money or fortune? Yeah, those ones, right?
So it became
No.
Unfortunate cat.
No. So during my nightmares, that thing would actually appear in my dreams.
Uh-huh.
But every time I see it, no matter what angle, the eyes would follow me everywhere I went.
So it was an
that's
unfortunate cat.
It was unfortunate cat. Like it
That's
was actually
very
really
Unlucky
creepy.
cat. Was it?
And
black?
then I also
Okay.
had nightmares where like in one of the corners of my house, there was a spirit with long black hair and a white gown sitting there.
Are we talking about the same ghost?
No.
Okay.
No, but this one was like, it was in the corner, and then in my nightmare, I would suddenly become paralyzed and would actually get up from the corner and walk towards me.
Oh damn.
Yeah. And then I had another nightmare where like, don't run away, Tuna. Where my dad told me to go to like my parents' room to check up on my mom, and then the moment I saw my mom, she looked normal, and the next second, she suddenly became that spirit with the long black hair and the white gown.
So she was possessed.
That's what I felt like. Because when I lived in that house, me and my mom had a lot of arguments, and she was acting very...
Paranormal.
Yeah, a bit.
Like very off. Like not
Yeah.
very usual.
Like possessed.
Yeah.
Like me.
Oh.
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 And like so going back to like the dream. So when I was like 5 or 6, I had a lot of dreams involving a clown.
Joker?
No, it was like an actual clown. And it would always end with me being paralyzed on the ground and trying to close my eyes. But the clown would always open my eyes and smile at me like close up in my face.
That's creepy.
Oh, I hate clowns.
That's creepy.
Yeah, like I had so many creepy shit happening, right? So, during the time at Old House, I also lived in the basement for a bit. And I think even then, I felt so many eyes on. And I even had a friend who could see spirits. She came into my house one time. The moment she walked in, she felt nauseous. Like she felt like something was pushing against her chest. And because she could see spirits, she said my whole house was filled with gray spots.
Gray spots?
Yeah, so spirits appear as gray spots.
To her, right?
Yeah, so in Chinese superstition of ghosts, they said if you see a spirit and it's purple, then that's the angriest, most violent type of spirit. So luckily, everything in my old house was gray.
So interesting because I see gray spots sometimes as well in my house.
Those are spirits,
So,
but they're very like they're not violent types. Yeah. So like that friend, I think the moment she went to the washroom, and then after that she's like, I have to leave, I can't do this.
okay.
And she said there was so much, and she explained how like because you have so many spirits in your house, it's literally pushing down on like your fortune and luck and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the shadow figures, they kept coming back, and I think the one that happened before I left the house, I went into my parents' room, and this time I actually saw a shadow figure sitting on the side of my mom's bed. And when it saw me enter the room, it got up and it disappeared. I was literally staring at it, and it got up and disappeared. And then I'm like, what did I come here to get again?
Was this when you were an adult or?
Adult. This was when I'm an adult. Yeah. So this happened like I think right before we moved out.
So like a few years ago then.
Yeah. So after that, looking back, I finally realized why we had so many spirits following us. So in Chinese superstitions, they have like this deity that they kind of pray to for protection of their property.
Yep.
You're supposed to keep that in one location only.
So was it moved?
my mom moved it from the first house that we were at to our second house to their factory to the third house to the fourth house. So it literally trapped every single spirit from every single location, and we kept bringing them with us nonstop.
Oh.
And my mom did not know any of this. That's why
You guys should have like throw like salt behind your back or something.
we should have. So that's why like I finally convinced my mom that right before we moved, I'm like, it's because of this thing. Like, I get like part of your religion and everything, you pray to it for like protection, right? But because you brought it everywhere, especially to our factory back then, factories are probably filled with spirits.
Yep.
You're literally bringing all of them with us. And like my mom worked night shifts at a nursing home, right? So she never really wanted to hear any of these horror stories because she works with a lot of elders, and sometimes they do pass away and all that stuff, right? So
Hey, go into that figure.
huh?
Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
Oh. So basically, I finally convinced my mom to like get rid of it, and she did. And then apparently for this house, she put like now some fruit, like from some skin from like a fruit, and she put it in like the corners of the house to kind of, in a way, purge the spirits of this house.
Okay.
So ever since I moved here, I never had any nightmares. Maybe once, like in the 2 years. So that's why looking back, I'm just like, that house is haunted.
Yep.
Whoever's living there right now, I'm so sorry. I think it's like when I told my brother said he never got any of the nightmares at the old house because all of it came to me.
It's probably because you were like either.
I was the youngest.
Yeah, so you were a kid, so you had the
weak-
weakest willpower.
Yeah, I did have very weak willpower.
Like
If I
right
saw
now.
like chicken nuggets and I was full, I would still eat the chicken nuggets.
That's you right now.
That is me right now.
So are you possessed?
I am not possessed.
Okay.
Your dog doesn't say so.
What?
Your dog does the same still?
No, your dog doesn't say so.
Oh. Well, okay, so back then, Bobby the small dog, he was the one that barked a lot at like
Yeah,
nothing.
Wouldn't dogs like no?
Dogs know.
Yeah.
So that's why Bobby kept barking at like open space, because there was something there. And I think even in that house, Bobby would always have scratches like on his neck and everything, like to bleeding and everything.
Okay.
Like there was something wrong with that house, severely.
Poor Bobby.
Yeah. Like it was pretty scary living there. Like all the nightmares that I had. I think I even had a nightmare where like my parents tied me down and then they were like trying to cut me open and like blood was dripping everywhere.
Damn.
Should we go back to that old house and exorcist it?
You could. So right before I left, I think the feeling of having someone watching me, I think that feeling like intensified.
You should get those.
Like it felt like the spirits there were starting to get angry.
You should get those papers, the sealed papers.
Sealed papers.
This
This
is-
is,
I
what is this,
tried.
an anime?
Just throw it everywhere.
Yeah. just keep it on every wall.
And the thing is, like, at this house, like, I've seen a ghost here before.
So.
But
maybe
it's
one fall.
Grumpy's ghost.
Yeah, I think you told us this.
Yeah, so one of my favorite cats passed away back in May or June-ish. It was June actually. So ever since then, like, we have his ashes in our house, but there's been many times where in the corner of my eye, I saw something gray, white, like, just, like, run by.
Oh, like your cat.
Yeah, so, like, my cat was actually, like, gray, whitish kind of fur, so, like, I've seen that run around the house quite a bit. And then my mom was joking, be like, "We need to exorcise this house!"
Exercise? Like run around?
No, exorcism.
Exorcism.
No, that's not an action. That's not a verb though.
Bless this house.
Okay, fine. My mom had to like bless the house and like purge it of spirits. And then I'm like, "Mom, just let Grumpy roam the house. Before he died, he was suffering quite a bit. So just let him run around the house now."
Yeah, leave this
Yeah.
spirit free.
It's fine for me because we can't say exorcist properly. So
Exorcist this person.
let's just bless this house.
Let's just bless it. But this house isn't haunted. Like, before moving into the basement, I was kind of
Yes.
afraid because I saw quite a bit of spirits, like, in the basement of that house. Sometimes I believe that spirits, if they're around, there's more, like, insect spiders and everything. So, in that old house, I think the spiders that I saw were bigger than loonies.
Jeez.
One of them, I remember one time in the middle of the night, I was sleeping, and then back then my bed was against the wall. So I saw that giant ass spider crawl down, and it was about to crawl onto my bed,
Oh.
right by the pillow.
You could have been Spider-Man.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, you ruined it for yourself now.
God damn it. But no, when I saw it, I screamed really loud, and my brother was in the room next door, and it was like 3 or 4 in the morning, and he ran out of the room, and was like, what, I thought you saw a ghost, and I'm like, spider! And he's like, oh shit, that's big, and then he just went to bed. He just left me with it.
Like your bed?
No, he saw the spider, and he just went to his bed and fell back asleep.
Oh, damn.
And then I was like, where's the vacuum cleaner? But yeah, those were,
You could have been Spider-Man. You missed your chance.
I'm afraid of heights though, so I can't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you're Spider-Man.
So like my scary dreams, they're like not scary. They're just like weird, I guess in a way.
Are
Like,
they nightmares though?
they're sort of nightmares to me, because it's all of them. Most of them, like 80% of them, are like shootings, or like.
Oh, that's
they're-
fine. I've had a lot of like zombie apocalypse
Oh,
dreams.
why is my dream so like just shootings or like
Be a
just-
zombie apocalypse.
You wanna
capturing
shoot
my
someone?
parent and like trying to stab them?
Wait, what?
That sounds
Yeah.
like a zombie apocalypse.
That's not a zombie
What
apocalypse.
is it, Straight to Busan?
It's like I don't know, like mafia trying to like kill my mom. Like
Wait,
type
what?
of dreams.
This
Yeah.
sounds like straight out of a Korean drama.
It's maybe. I
Maybe
think
you
I
watched the K drama before you went to bed.
Maybe it's probably Iris.
Hey, we were just watching Iris last week.
No, this was like.
love that drama.
I even had the dream. You know the Eden
Wait,
Center?
what was that voice?
It was a ghost.
It was.
Ghost of big dumb shit.
Wow, let's start our.
Fridge upstairs.
Weird.
My parents are back probably, so you can say hi to my parents. Yeah.
So I had a dream before the Eden Center shooting
So-
about shooting.
so a
in
couple
Eden
years
Center.
ago?
So,
Yeah.
are you saying that because you're Korean Jesus, you
I
predict,
see the future.
you see the future?
I see.
Alright, we have a fortune teller.
I see.
But no, oh my god, that reminded me. So, back when I lived in my room in the basement in the old house, there was a night where I was sleeping. Oh. Alright.
Go on.
Don't worry, the mics actually don't capture any of that for some reason. It's actually pretty nice. So, there was a night where I was trying to sleep, and if Yoshi can stop stomping on the floor upstairs. Oh, hi. So I was trying to like go to bed, and then I think it was probably sleep paralysis though, but basically my whole body was paralyzed, and then I heard something in my ear like, I like whispering.
You should have been like, oh, me too.
Oh. But like my whole body was frozen, so like I know like sleep paralysis is like very scary if you actually like look around the room and you're in sleep paralyzed. But luckily I was paralyzed, but my face was facing the wall. So I only heard the voices in my ear. And then I think like a week or two after that, so when I go to bed, back then I always made sure my chair was facing the computer. Because I always had this paranoia, like what if I wake up in the middle of the night and there was something sitting on that chair watching me, right? So that night, I was trying to sleep and I heard something like move. And I think it was like my sweater that fell off the chair or something. So when I woke up, the chair was facing me.
Go on.
Something moved my chair so that it would be facing me and watching me sleep.
Go on.
Tuna?
No, Tuna didn't. She wasn't even born back then.
Oh,
This was like probably 4 or 5 years ago.
damn.
Yeah.
None of your pets. have
Grumpy.
you?
I did not let any pets in. Well, actually, no. I think Yoshi was probably in my brother's room. Bobby was probably upstairs in like my mom's room. Yeah, so it was literally just me in that room. Grumpy wasn't even there yet. Grumpy only came over when we moved to this house.
Interesting.
So like, if you think about it, like you're trying to sleep, you make sure the chair's facing the computer, away from you. But when you wake up, the chair's facing you. So there was something, there's spirits that have been following me all my life.
You sure you didn't like get up and then
I didn't.
like move the chair?
I didn't. And the thing is, like, when I heard the sound and I moved up and I tried to look towards the chair, something knocked me out. I just suddenly fell unconscious.
You're sleeping.
No, I wasn't.
You're sleepwalking.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
How sure are you?
I'm very sure.
You don't seem too sure about it.
I'm very sure.
Okay.
that house was severely haunted.
Jeez. Good thing you guys found a new place.
Speaking of like sleep and like
Sleep
whatever,
paralysis, astral projections?
dreams. And so maybe it was astral projections. So there was this one time I was in high school. I had a dream that I was like crushed by a falling object or something like that. And at that night I was like sleeping in the living room on my couch. So there was 2 couches in my living room. I do not know. So after that dream, I think I like sleptwalk and moved to the other couch. And when I woke up that morning, I saw that like the painting above the other couch, the couch I moved from, it fell onto the couch. It was like a very large object. So I'm not sure if like I got possessed or just like
Possessed.
I got possessed.
Possessed.
Does that because that makes sense though, because every time my friends' dogs see me, they will always bark at me.
Yeah.
Always.
Doesn't like everybody bark at you?
No, my dog's never barked at him.
Oh.
Yoshi barks at me.
That's because there's someone at the door. When you guys come in, they don't bark anymore.
My friends Pomeranians bark at me.
Is it 9?
But that's because
It's 9 and another one named Jack.
Possession. Jack?
that's because they're Pomeranians. They bark anyway.
Yeah, but they bark at me the worst of all people. So how do they explain that? Because I'm possessed?
There's
No,
something spirits thinking.
They know you're Po.
So I'm possessed.
So like my brother said, spirits are only attracted to people who are negative.
I
Who
am
give off negative energy.
I do give off negative energy.
Yeah.
You're too sad.
Why do you think this
It's too
this
sad.
is
This is sad
this is a
boy.
sad boy podcast?
You are too sad.
I was expecting this podcast or this episode to be scarier, but it seems like we're always just laughing.
I didn't laugh.
Do we just laugh at our own pain?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
That's how do you think we get over it?
Oh.
How do you think Joker came to be?
No spoilers.
No spoilers,
I didn't
please.
watch- I didn't even watching it.
I didn't even spoil.
Wait,
it.
speaking of horror though, I want to watch it too.
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
I heard it's bad.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's not scary. I don't like clowns either, but like I watched it one.
No.
It's not scary.
I laughed at the Grudge movie. I don't know why. It's just the ending.
Are you sure you watched Grudge or did you watch Scary Movie?
I watched both.
Oh.
But I think, oh no, I watched Scary Movie first. I think that's why I like laughed at the Grudge.
Okay, we'll watch The Grudge.
No.
Yes.
No.
Wait, do you hate horror movies?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
I just don't like, because it's so scary, like me walking home or going home.
Well, that's why you don't walk home.
Or going
That's
home.
why we walk you home.
Yeah. Is that the extent of our horror stories?
I guess that would be our horror stories of today.
We can ask. You can ask if there's any.
What are your horror stories?
Yeah, what are your horror stories? Please comment this post below.
Yeah. Okay. Lucas is a very happy boy, actually.
I'm very sad, boy.
He is actually a very happy boy. Okay, so because it's also going to be like the Halloween episode, let's also talk about how do you guys think a zombie apocalypse would happen, and how would you guys survive it?
Surviving by stabbing everyone.
But
What
what
kind
if
of
they
zombies
eat
are we
you?
talking about?
Yeah, what kind of zombies?
Well-
We're talking about like Walking Dead zombie, World War Z,
Yeah, like the smart ones, the dumb ones, the ones like
We are billions.
High School of the Dead, Zombieland.
Wait, High School of the Dead is etchy.
It's still a zombie apocalypse.
Okay, let's just start off and say for Walking Dead zombies. The zombies that can't run fast yet.
Okay, so they're just walking. Are they smart zombies?
Or is it Resident Evil zombies?
Okay, you know what? Let's just Resident Evil zombies, you know? Because Resident Evil is like kind of
Which ones?
your face.
There's a
Wow.
Legit.
I'm kidding. Resident Evil zombies.
Wait,
Like, imagine if Resident Evil started like right now.
does Resident Evil have like the running zombies?
it depends.
I never watched
There's, like,
Resident Evil
variants
or
of
played Resident Evil.
Because Lucas knows chemistry, so technically he's the only one in this whole group that is capable of starting
A bomb?
Resident Evil.
Oh.
Oh,
Can we just go Walking Dead?
Yes.
Let's go Walking Dead.
so simple zombies.
Simple zombies.
Simple zombies. Yeah. How would you guys survive it?
Stay in a basement. No,
Stay in
I'd
the
just-
basement? How do you
I'd
get
just
food?
kill myself.
Do you think Salt will
I would just
actually
kill
gather
myself.
into a community and like protect
No.
each
No.
other? Or do you think
No.
we'll like throw each other
I
out?
think the
I
ones.
think Russell would be the first to throw me out.
I would not throw you out. I'll
Banish her now.
I would keep it like really small.
Yes.
Only as much people as you need to survive because people need food, right? So like, even if you get a bunch of canned food, if you got like, I don't know, 100 people.
What if Ian was there and he started eating people?
That's
Then we
what
kill
I was
Ian.
about to say.
But Ian doesn't have much
That's
meat
the
to
true plan.
pass around.
Yeah, that's why we're not eating Ian.
That's why Ian brings us along.
We have enough meat to pass around through all of Salt.
Yeah, it's this efficient and effective.
So what would the first place you would raid be?
Supermarket.
Walmart.
Walmart?
Yeah.
Walmart's pretty good.
Costco.
Because Walmart has everything. It has
Yeah.
tools,
That's
So does
true.
it
Costco.
has food. Yeah, but everyone will go Costco
We need a
first.
membership.
Oh.
You need-
Sir, you can't go in. You can't go in.
You can't go without membership.
There's a zombie
I'll actually go to Home Depot.
You need a membership.
I'll probably just go Home Depot or Canadian Tire.
Oh, I'm just gonna go home.
What?
Oh, I'll just go home. My home's an armory anyways.
Yeah, same. I have this.
That's just, it's not even there. So,
I have this.
Russell bought katana, and he just pointed at the katana of the katana holder, or wherever it is, the stand. And he pointed at it, but it wasn't even there. So,
You know the meme where it's like yes, and then you open it up and it's like more.
more.
No, you know that meme of like the katana? It's like shit. I don't-
Zoro?
No, it's the
From One
anime
Piece?
meme where like they is it?
Yes, it's from One Piece.
They pull the sword out and that's like one word, and then they open up more and it's like
Oh
well,
yeah.
I can do this now.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
We're talking about zombie apocalypse.
Okay, so like this would be a really good weapon to kill a zombie. Like, do you guys think you'd rather have a weapon or like a melee weapon for zombies?
Melee weapon.
You need to have something that can
It
actually...
depends on how you you can kill them.
It actually depends on the situation, because if you have like, let's say a herd of them, like maybe 10 versus like 3, right?
Assault
a sword.
rifle.
Yeah, but we're in Canada, so we can't even get one.
You could actually if you raid.
It'll be like
zombie.
airsoft. I can buy an airsoft gun on Amazon right now.
Yeah, but like they won't efficiently kill a zombie. You're aiming for the head, right? So you
And
want
even
something to
that-
penetrate it.
Yeah, like it depends on a lot of factors, right? Because there's like a whole guide on it. There's a book called the Zombie Survival Handbook.
There's
You can
actually
find-
courses you could take in like university and college about zombie apocalypse.
Wait, UTSC didn't have that.
Shit's
We
I
had a
think
course
Ryerson
called
had
Magic
that.
of Numbers.
Ryerson had that.
Yeah,
York
for
has
like
that.
their urban planning
Wait, what?
program. One of their programs, there's a course where you had to. One of your projects was how would you build something to survive
An apocalypse.
An apocalypse.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you think would be the cause of the apocalypse for this world?
It
Kind
could
of
be-
like Resident Evil, like.
I would say
science gone
biological warfare.
Would it
Yeah.
actually?
Yeah,
wrong.
biological
Biological
warfare, yeah.
warfare.
So
yeah.
if you would fail the course, does that mean you failed?
Yes.
Probably can.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because if you cannot survive that course, how are you expected to survive an actual zombie apocalypse?
You know what course we had at UTSC?
What?
Magic of Numbers.
That's math.
Yeah, but it was literally like, why is 1 1?
Why is 1 1?
Because it's 1.
Because it's an object of counting.
Like okay, so I was there for like a few lectures and actually talked about like even numbers and odd numbers.
I like how he like just completely deviated from zombie apocalypse to math.
Well, no, we're gonna go back to the apocalypse though. So, you guys think it's biological warfare that's gonna end the world?
Yeah, I mean, it's more likely than the Zombieland thing, where it was like a burger that was like
Tainted?
a tainted burger somehow infects everyone.
Tainted oysters.
Yeah, or tainted. Yeah.
I forgot what the reason was for Walking
It's,
Dead.
there's like two things. It'll be something related to people playing God with like genetic modifications,
Lucas.
or with some sort of new biological weapon that has unintended side effects.
Lucas,
What's that do with me?
you're the chemistry man.
Oh, okay. No, but I really do think it's biological warfare.
Do you guys not think that a meteor is gonna like hit Earth?
Meteors have hit Earth before.
No, but like a really big one that NASA like accidentally forgot to look at.
That actually happened recently.
Yeah.
They missed like until it went past us or something.
Yeah, it was a very close call or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, we fucked up. Oof. Big mood.
Uh,
Or do you think it would be like a giant earthquake that splits the Earth in half?
how would that cause a zombie apocalypse?
No, just apocalypse in general.
Or like an apocalyptic event.
Yeah.
One would be like if the
Climate
sun,
change?
Climate
Climate
change.
change.
climate change. Well, which we'll probably get into another episode actually.
Yeah, global warming.
So another thing is if the sun actually explodes.
Bankai.
Not even explode, but like just a solar flare could wipe
Just
it.
a solar
A really
flare.
big solar flare could actually mess up the whole magnetosphere. Of
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think I watched this in a movie, which has something to do with Nick Cage and whatnot.
Yeah. Same.
Oh.
Is this everything of the same movie?
Yeah, we are.
Of Nick Cage like predicts the future.
No. His son was going crazy and writing numbers.
Yeah,
And then it was like
it was all
the
date,
longitude
longitude,
and
latitude,
date
and number of
time.
people who died.
Yeah.
And the next one was a solar flare.
Yeah, and he figured out that it was the solar
So
flare.
they've
and
always
then
said
these
like the
aliens
sun's
were
gonna like blow up or something eventually in like the future.
Yeah,
Billions
but
of
that's
years
not like
later.
billions of years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But obviously mankind's wiping ourselves out anyways.
And even if the sun does blow up or like explodes, a supernova or whatever,
It's big enough to like
it would wipe out the entire solar system.
Yeah.
But like if the sun suddenly disappears, how long do you think it will
Last.
take for us to die? Some say it'll take 7 minutes because that's how long light travels from the sun to the earth as well.
Yes.
Who knows, right?
Or we can be an advanced civilization and build something around the sun to harness its energy.
Why don't we just go to Mars?
Do you have a ticket to Mars?
Do you have a ticket to Venus?
Do you have a ticket to Mercury?
I
Do
do
you have
not.
a ticket to
Alright.
Uranus?
Cut.
Sorry, this podcast is not about inappropriate things.
I was just naming a planet.
This was a
Jeez.
very serious conversation.
I just named a planet, guys.
Cut.
Cut!
I love that. You both just looked at me and you're like, you fucking idiot.
It's true.
It's true.
It's very true.
What episode this is?
I don't know what episode this is.
What which corner is that? I'm putting out an outtake.
What?
Do you have a ticket to Uranus?
Cut.
Cut.
Cut, please, cut. But no, like, what if like the Earth split in half?
Then we die.
Then we
Do
die.
you think there would be like an alien invasion at one point?
Yes.
That would not be anytime soon.
So I
That'd
actually,
be pretty cool at least.
Yes.
it would. So like I actually read, it was a video actually, it was something about like time travel and how like Stephen Hawking actually had a party, but he didn't invite people.
Okay.
He had an open invite to like time travelers, and he's like, you know, if you guys are time travelers, I'm having this party on like, I forgot what the date was, but like for example, it was like April 9th or something at like this time. Come and like meet me. So I think like he waited at the party and no one showed up. But he was basically trying to test like the concept of time travel. It was possible. Because you know how like there's been many people in the past that have claimed that they traveled to the future or the past or whatever, but most of it's like bogus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If time travel really did exist, some of the stuff in history or like recent history would not have happened. Let's see.
But remember in Avengers Endgame the way they explained time travel though?
Depends on how time travel
Yeah, it
works.
depends how travel actually works. So
Is
either
it Back to the Future
So-
or Avengers Endgame time travel?
so it's either the past becomes the present while the present becomes the past, which cannot change your new future, or Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way.
Which one?
Back to the Future.
Great movie.
Back to the Endgame? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
So funny.
Yes.
So yeah, it really depends how you see how like time travel actually work.
How do you guys think time travel would work?
Probably Back to the Future, or Butterfly Effect at least.
I'm not a like. I think you need like a PhD or something to really talk about this. But,
Yeah.
like, I would think like it's almost better that it's like a multiverse thing because that means.
So
there's,
like Endgame style.
Yeah, so there's like infinite amount of possibilities. So there's a world where like
Loki still exists.
Yeah, and there's a world where you can be anything you want, no matter what. So even if you can't succeed at what you're doing now, know that in one world.
Wait, what if all your versions of yourself are all failures?
F.
14,506.
Yeah, all failures. Right here.
Big F. Big F.
Yes, it is actually a pretty big F. Oh. Oh. Alright, so this was the horror episode. It wasn't even that scary actually.
It depends what the viewers will say. It'll be our like paranoia.
Will they be
paranormal?
paranoia?
Paranoia.
Pandora?
Pandora.
Pandora.
Pandora's box.
What's in the box?
Yeah, it's in the box.
I don't know. Nobody
Chocolate?
knows.
All I know is hope and sins.
Yeah.
Wait, there's hope in there?
What
From
comes
the
out of
Bible.
Pandora's box last is hope. But what comes out first is everyone's sins and demons.
No, so it's me.
Thanks for tuning into the Sad Boy podcast. Please like, subscribe, and if you have any other paranormal activities that you'd like to share, or
For next
time
year's
travel
Halloween.
experience, or zombie apocalypse, please comment below, and please follow Apple Podcasts,
Google Podcasts, Spotify.
SoundCloud.
No.
Don't forget to
No?
comment your scary stories.
Please comment
Yes.
your scary stories. Tune in next time to
Whatever else we talk about, I don't know.
Scary Podcast. Sad Boy Podcast.
Wait, is it gonna be scary podcast?
This is the Scary Podcast.
It is supposed to be Halloween.
Spooky, spooky.
Boogly boogly.
Hope everyone has a safe Halloween.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. I hope you guys get a lot of candy. Don't wear masks to kidnap people.
Good night.
Good night. No TFTIs.